Morning dew, vaporize, rays of sun, blinding my eyes. I feel alive. One time to live in your one time, down in the street, lights out, superpowers. You can't hide from what you gotta do. Light up the Eiffel Tower. It feels like there ain't nothing to lose. One time to live in your one lights out, superpowers. You can't hide from what you gotta do. Light up the Eiffel Tower. It feels like there ain't nothing to lose. One time to live in your
My dear friends, you are now about to enter the nerve center to the entire Wonka factory. Ladies and gentlemen, the chocolate room. This is going to be such an exciting day. I hope you enjoy it. I think you will. On we go!
I know, it's a miracle.
Your imagination is real.
You'll be free.
Chocolate.
I know,
Change the world. Your imagination
It could change the world.
On we go!
What's it making, Mr. Wonka? Mr. Wonka worked the factory.
In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine.
Mr. Wonka, Mr. Wonka. What's it making, Mr. Wonka? Mr. Wonka worked the factory.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Mr. Wonka worked the factory. Mr. Wonka, what's happening? Mr. Wonka, Wonka.
You're going to love this. Just love it.
Oompa-doompa-doompa-dee-doo. I've got another puzzle for you. Oompa-doompa-doompa-da-dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. Doompa-dee-doompa-dee-doompa-dee-doo.
Oompa Loompas.
Doompa-doompa-da, doompa-da, doompa-doompa-da, doompa-dee-doo.
Sensational.
Doompa-dee-doompa-dee-doompa-dee-doo.
Oompa Loompas.
Doompa-doompa-da, doompa-da, doompa-doompa-da, doompa-dee.
peace and safety.
Be free.
It's the only way if you want it just right.
Chocolate.
I know,
It's a miracle.
Your imagination is real.
you'll be free.
Chocolate.
I know,
Change the world. Your imagination
It could change the world.
What's it making, Mr. Wonka? Mr. Wonka worked the factory.
In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine.
Mr. Wonka, Mr. Wonka. What's it making, Mr. Wonka? Mr. Wonka worked the factory.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
my dream,
It's the most wonderful place in the whole world.
my dream,
Adieu, adieu. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Testing. Testing. All right, are we ready for yet another stream? Let me know in the chat. Put damn, I don't know why I keep doing these. Put a squirrel in the chat if you guys are ready. Because why not? We're random on this channel, okay? Why not? Yep, I see we got some. You want to take money, man? Anatunimation Robert, aka your mom. Trust me, I remember your last username. Nathan Mason Wrigley Silver Star. I think that is it. Yolis Torres, I think. I have no idea. Gold Star, welcome. All right. I think we're good. Just double checking things on my end. Probably turn that down just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and there we go. Hello, welcome back to yet another live stream, everybody. Actually, hold on a second. Just need to. There we go. Just want to give myself a little bit more headroom. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another live stream. I'm surprised it wasn't a bunny this time. You know, I wish I was able to have Sky. I wish I was able to have him be like a you know, they call them like the PNG tuber thing. I wish I knew how to do that, because then I'd be doing that kind of stuff for my videos. It would make things a whole lot easier. But yeah, you know, you gotta settle with this. You gotta settle with this. A guy wearing a bluey shirt. You gotta settle with it. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules here, okay? But how you guys doing? How is everybody in the chat? How has your week been? Crazy, I'm already out of water. I need to get another, like, bigger bottle of this. Hey Josh, I really like the Pure Imagination remix that was playing in the background. Yeah. Let me see. What's the official? I think it's called nope, wrong page. Hold on. What is it officially called? Yeah, it's officially called Chili Wonka by a YouTuber named Melody Sheep. So Chili Wonka. Yeah, I don't remember when I found this song in particular, but ever since I found it, I kind of couldn't stop like listening to it for a while, and so found it again, and I was like, oh yeah, I should play that for my live stream. So yeah, that's what we'd be doing. I'm doing great, Josh. Awesome. Glad you're doing well. Chris, I guess it's, oh, Chris Lincoln, Sunny. Got it. Welcome to the stream. Did I say? I think I said hi to everybody. Yeah. So yeah. Hope you guys had a good week. My week has been standard, you know, nothing special happened. Not yet, anyway. Well, I mean, I had like a couple of auditions this week. One for a show. I hope to get that. Fingers crossed. And also my, it was yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday, the final episode of season 4 of Maggie's Market just dropped on Yippee TV. So that's awesome. I don't know when season 5 is going to come out because we have yet to film season 5, and we still don't have dates as to when season 5 is going to be filmed. I don't know. So unfortunately, there's going to be, let me put that over there. Unfortunately, there's going to be like a fairly big delay between season 4 and season 5 when it comes to Maggie's Market, but it is what it is. We're still figuring things out with this, filming in Dallas, if that still happens, because it's a whole thing. How many seasons are you guys planning on reaching? I have no idea. I legitimately have no idea. It goes on, it's an open-ended show, if that makes sense right now. So as long as it's still successful on the streaming service, you know, like we'll continue making episodes. But also I think it probably depends on like how we like, because my co-star, she actually just booked herself a role in a feature film. I don't know what feature film. It could be any film or whatever. It could be a fairly good role or a small role or something. I have no idea. All I know is that she just recently booked a feature film role, and I'm happy for her. Like when I saw that, I was like, holy crap, I can't believe it. Congratulations, you know? So I think she is going to be traveling over to like Atlanta or Georgia or something. I think that's where it is. I don't know, but that's going to be happening. So, I mean, we're still like, she's looking for work. I'm still looking for work as an actor, of course. So, you know, like always, it always depends on our availability. You know what I mean? And so if we do so happen to be available when they want to continue doing some more, or if we want to continue doing more, which we love working on the show, us, the actors and the crew and the director and everything. So it'll continue for as long as it continues. I can imagine though that we have maybe, I'm just guessing. We may have like 2 to 3 more years. If that. It could be even less. It could just be 2 years. Or maybe season 5 would technically be the last one. But we're not marking it as the last one, you know what I mean? So it's just gonna keep, we're gonna keep making episodes for as long as we can. That's all I can say. You know, it kind of really depends, I guess, on like if the company, obviously, that, you know, like Yippee TV, it depends on if they no longer want to fund the show anymore, you know what I mean? So yeah, but that's the whole thing. Let's see. Where there was a, oh yeah, any plans to Disneyland tomorrow? Yeah, to Disneyland, I would have gone yesterday, but I had a couple of things I needed to do yesterday, so I made a reservation for tomorrow. Also, because since the Food and Wine Festival is happening at California Adventure, on the weekends they do like live bands in front of like the lagoon. That's well, I technically call it a lagoon, but in front of like Pixar Pier and stuff. And there's like a really, really popular band within the Disney parks, or at least Disneyland, like family, I guess, that's gonna be performing tomorrow. And so they're called the Fat Cat Swingers. They're really freaking awesome. Some of them actually work at Disneyland regularly, as you know, playing like in other instruments and singing and what have you. So it's really cool. But I'm excited to see them again tomorrow. But that was the main reason why I booked a reservation for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited to go back. I wanted to go. When I was like finishing up everything yesterday, I was kind of like, man, I kind of want to go to Disneyland, but it was like, nah, I'll stay home. Yeah, I gotta say that Yippee TV is a success on Maggie's Market. I think you meant the other way around, that Maggie's Market is a success on Yippee TV. It is. I'm glad that it's doing very well. I'm glad we've been able to do the show for 4 seasons, going into the 5th season. So I'm blessed. I'm truthfully blessed that I can say that I'm a part of a show that's doing pretty well, you know? So it's awesome. Have you heard that Lotso is going to return in Toy Story 5? I doubt that. Like in the way in which we know that Lotso was taken away, like there's it's what not even that doesn't. No, I take it back. And the way that Lotso was like taken away, I don't think that's really gonna happen. He's definitely not the villain in this movie, in the 5th movie. So I doubt there'd be any reason to bring him back at all. Josh, did you know that the Kids' Choice Awards will be on November this year in Nickelodeon, also for the first time on CBS? Yeah, I did just see that, and that it's crazy. I'm not really sure why they're pushing it back so far into November. I'm not sure I fully understand that, but hey, that's fine. I mean, they've been pushing it back recently. It used to be in March, and then they pushed it back to like June, I think, the past couple of years. And now is going into November. It's interesting, very interesting. Like it's, you know, I have no idea, but like it certainly is something though. But yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Hi Josh, happy Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday. Why did I read that at a Sunday? What the hell? Very cute bluey shirt. Thank you. Yeah, I want to get another one. Not obviously not another one of these, but just another bluey shirt. Cause like I have like at least 3 or 4 Pokemon shirts, I think. And so I'm kind of lacking on the bluey merch, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, so I'd like to get another one. Oh man, yeah. I see it's the bluey shirt of the family. Yes, I got this one at Target, right? Like when I first saw it at Target, I was like, yep, I gotta get it. And I tend to wear this like a fair amount of times at Disneyland. I almost usually when you see me at Disneyland, I'm either wearing a bluey shirt or I'm wearing a Pikachu shirt. I may be wearing a Pixar shirt with like all the Pixar characters. Sometimes I wear like a Mickey Mouse shirt or something, or sometimes it'll just be like a random shirt, you know? But that's kind of just what I tend to do at Disneyland. I don't know why, but like it's the thing I do. And now that you have Bluey at Disneyland, right? You have that experience. You now have so many people wearing Bluey merch. Of course, you got kids wearing Bluey merch. Now I'm seeing, I haven't seen this before like last Friday, but now I'm seeing kids with like the Bluey and Bingo ears, right? I don't know if that's something Disney is selling now, or if they found, if that's like something they got online, but they're starting to wear those now. And I'm seeing way more like Bluey, well, Disney is also selling Bluey merch. They got like some Bluey plushies at Disney, and they also got a Bluey popcorn bucket. and a Bluey sipper as well. So now we're seeing so many like Bluey merch at Disney. Now, granted, the last time I went to Disneyland, it was the last day, technically, of spring break, right? And so because of that, I think that's probably why we saw so much of Bluey things at Disneyland at that time. But I'm planning on seeing the show again on tomorrow, possibly. Mainly because I kind of just want to see, like, even though it's not spring break, and Sundays, surprisingly, Sundays, excuse me, Sundays at Disneyland, and this is not universally necessarily, but Sundays at Disneyland is not always going to be the busiest, right? Surprising. You'd think that it would be some of the busiest days, like Saturday and Sunday. No, Sundays usually, like, at least from my experience of being at Disneyland on a Sunday, on most Sundays that I've gone, it's been a chill experience. Like, still busy, but it's not like insanely crowded. You know what I mean? Sometimes wait times for rides are lower than you'd think they would be. Again, it depends. So I'm kind of curious to see, like, when I go tomorrow and I check out the show, is it still going to be kind of chaotic, or like, can I even find a seat when I get to Bluey tomorrow? You know, I don't know. Yeah, but that's the situation at Disney. Disney really has its way on Bluey to be that famous. It really does. Yeah. Like, they made such a good decision to, like, come up with some sort of a, like, agreement, I guess, for the next couple of years, I believe, to bring Bluey to the parks and to bring them to their cruise ships as well, right? Or at least one of them. I don't think they're doing all the cruise ships, but like a couple of cruise ships at least, they got Bluey on there. It just makes sense, you know. Again, it's like the #1 streamed thing on Disney Plus right now, you know, like that. It just makes sense for them to want to bring these characters and this world to the parks. You know, I've been saying it for like a couple of years. My friend Mondo from Five Fires, he's been saying it for a couple of years. So it just makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thoughts on Disney's next upcoming movie, Hexed? I'm gonna be honest with you, all right? Knowing that Hexed is also going to be directed, I think, by the director behind Wish and behind Moana 2, I'm not interested anymore. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry, but just knowing that that person in particular is going to be directing this new movie, I kind of am like, this is already telling me that Hex is not going to be that good. I hate to judge it like that. I know I should give it a chance, of course, but I don't know. Can you blame me? Like, it's right now, the people behind these two movies don't have the greatest track record in making great films. You know, again, Moana 2, I haven't heard of, and mind you, with Moana 2 and Wish, I haven't necessarily seen any of those films because I don't care. But I've heard from so many people that these two particular movies are really bad, or they're bland, or they're not as good as, like, Moana 2. I've heard so many people talk about how Moana 2 is not as good as the first one, not remotely close to being as good as the first one, even in terms of songs and all that. And I mean, the thing with Moana 2, once again, is that it was supposed to be a series on Disney Plus. They just decided, instead of the series on Disney Plus, we're going to take this 10 episode series, squish them all together, and compile it into a roughly 90-minute movie for theatrical release. So that's really why Moana 2 was not a good film. I think if they were to have created Moana 2 with the with the goal for it to always be in theaters and not have it be a series and then turned into a movie, then maybe Moana 2 probably would have been a much better film. But, you know, and I could be wrong. It still could have been bad, but I feel like because of the fact that it was a TV series before, or it was going to be a TV series before, and that's all they kind of really worked with, it just wasn't going to be a good movie, you know? I think it's hard to take a television series, even with like a big story, and just take certain episodes, squish them together, like maybe cut some pieces out or whatever, and put them in the theater, being like, hey, it's a movie. We got a movie, guys. Like, because obviously TV shows and movies are made very differently. With TV shows, you have like usually 30-minute episodes, or 22 minutes, but you know what I mean. Usually 30-minute episodes, all, you know, taking a course, you know, taking up over the course of like weeks. You know, you got an episode this week or next week or the other week and blah, 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 blah. You know, like that's how that tends to work. With movies, it's literally either 90 minutes to 2 hours or sometimes 3 hours. You know what I mean? So it's a completely different medium and just how these things are written, how they're produced, directed, all that kind of stuff, how they're put together, everything, you know? So, yeah. Financially, was it a smart decision for Disney to turn that series into a movie for Moana 2? Yeah, probably. Because, I mean, I think it made like over $1 billion at the box office anyway. So, yeah, it was smart of them to do that, but at a cost of a lot of people saying that Moana 2 is not a good film. So, there you go. All right, let's see. I read a Bluey book a few times a week in my classroom. Yeah, I'm sure kids definitely love that. You know what I mean? Like, it may not be the cartoon, but it's the book. Just seeing Bluey makes kids very excited. So, like, it's a good thing that you're reading them Bluey books in the classroom and not something else that would be like brain rot or something. You know what I mean? Moana 2 was so forgettable as heck. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Disney went back to the direct-to-DVD sequel era for a bit with Moana 2. In a way, you're not wrong. Yeah. In a way, you're not wrong about that. That's a good way of categorizing it. Certainly. People who watch the Legend of Aang should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah, you know, it's crazy, honestly, that that entire film, a part of me still can't really believe that, because it's like, how the heck does that happen? But the entire movie was leaked to a random email or a random Twitter user or something. I forgot what the story was, but like, it's like, how does that even happen? It's crazy. And yeah, a lot of people have certainly been talking about it. And it's nuts. It's nuts. Like, you'd think that, especially nowadays, they would have a bit more, they'd be way more careful with like how they handle their films, especially if they don't want them to get leaked or whatever. But the fact that they have it leaked in such a way is just crazy to me. I really don't get how you can even do that. You know, it's so weird. But yeah, it definitely sucks that it happened, because at the end of the day, that's a lot of people's work that's being seen, and they're not really going to get any more compensation from it now, you know? I mean, well, they're still going to most likely, like, I mean, well, here's the thing. It's not going to the theaters, right? It was going to go to the theaters, but now it's going to go to streaming. It's going to stream on Paramount Plus or something. And now, like, I have to wonder just like how many people, I guess, have seen the movie now since it was leaked. And of course, you know, people are going to be putting it around and like, you know, be like, hey, I got this movie, you want to see it? You know, I know that that's what people are doing. So I guess the real question is like, how is it going to affect it when it comes to it premiering on Paramount Plus eventually? Was it Paramount Plus or was it Netflix? I think it was Paramount Plus, yeah. And the other issue is, let's say that way more people have already seen the movie because it was leaked, and now they're not really going to see it because of the fact, you know, like they're not going to see it on Paramount Plus because they already got a copy of it, right? Then and say that just means that way less people ended up seeing the movie on Paramount Plus. That's going to send the wrong message to the producers, right? Because, or not the producers, the executives, because the executives are going to look at that and be like, oh, well, I guess people are not interested in Avatar anymore, so we're not going to make any more movies from Avatar. It's over, it's done. Whatever new things we were going to do with Avatar, it was going to get a new cartoon, or we were thinking about bringing it back for a new series. Nope, we're not going to do it. It's not, you know, it's like, it's crazy. So yeah, it just sucks for like a majority of people that worked on this film, whether they animated it or written it or voice acted in it and all that stuff. It sucks for them, you know, because yeah, it just sucks. Oh boy, that would be it to see what they were going to do, but the franchise might be in danger now. It's a possibility. It is certainly a possibility. But then again, I think one of the SpongeBob movies, the Sandy Cheeks movie, I remember that was leaked. And then eventually that was still released on Netflix and people still ended up seeing it. So, even though that was a terrible film, I still think it may be one of the worst SpongeBob films I've ever seen. Oh, there was nothing redeeming about that movie. That one was just so freaking bad. But again, you never know. You never know. The Sandy movie was the weakest of the SpongeBob movies. It definitely was. It was baffling how bad it was, honestly. Oh my god. Like, you'd think for Sandy Cheeks they'd give her a much better freaking movie, because Sandy, in all honesty, is a badass character. We all know that, right? You know, but like, to give her such a whack film, and then on top of it to be so bad, you know, like, it's a shame. She deserved a lot better. A lot better. Honestly, I think it would have been cool if we got like, but yeah, we got a backstory, a freaking movie for Plankton. And the less I say about that, the better. We should have gotten one for Sandy, because she's literally a squirrel living underwater, right? I would have loved to see the moments that led to her coming from the Texas and then deciding to be underwater. And no, I am not going to accept this BS that, oh, well, actually, she went underwater and met SpongeBob at Camp Coral. I'm not accepting that, okay? That is stupid. I'm sorry, but that is just dumb. Like, why would you send a squirrel to camp underwater? And I know they did something with like Sandy Cheeks time traveling. I forgot what that was, but I'm still not accepting that. I'm sorry, but no. This is not me hating on Camp Coral. I just never cared about it, but like, no, like that's not the backstory I'm looking for when it comes to why Sandy Cheeks, you know, went underwater and is now living underwater, you know? It's like, come on now. Let me see. Okay, yeah. They didn't really care about it either way. To be honest, the leaks are just going to be more of an excuse to not do anything more with Avatar. It does seem like that, because again, that movie was supposed to go into theaters, and then they pulled it from theaters and decided we're going to put it on Paramount Plus instead. Lord knows why they decided to do that. I know little to nothing about Avatar, So I can't really say much, but I know how big of a franchise that is in the sense of how many fans it's managed to like muster up for so many years. So like so many people love the original series, right? And so you would think that it would, I don't know, you would think that like they would put it in theaters, but I guess somehow they thought there wasn't enough interest in doing that, and so that's why they decided, nah, we're not going to do it. Who knows? It doesn't really make sense. It's kind of stupid. SpongeBob isn't a franchise that doesn't care about continuity like that. I stopped thinking about it too much. I mean, yeah, I get that. It's not really a series per se. It's just a cartoon show. No, I'll take, yeah. So I get that, you know, but I don't know. Still, the whole Camp Coral thing, I just thought it was stupid. Just the idea behind it that a squirrel goes underwater for a summer camp is just dumb. It's like, did she go back up to the surface world, and would she just return every year? Like, she'd spend a majority of her time out of the water, and then she'd go back into the water because she liked her I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess that's not too bad, but like, I don't know. Personally, I just don't like it. That's all. Okay. Okay, I can't do anything there. Let me just hold on a second. Chill music. Yeah, don't know what that was about. Okay, the backstory for the villain on the Sandy movie was just horrible. Oh my god. Oh man, you know what? There's a lot of things that I don't remember from the Sandy Cheeks movie because I literally just I only watched the film once. I'm not sitting through it again. And so I don't care that I barely remember anything about it. But oh my god. Yeah, that backstory, for one, just barely makes any sense. And two, like, I hated the fact that they put Wanda Sykes' big head on a little girl's body. I never understood why they did that. They literally could have just gotten another little girl that looks a little similar to Wanda Sykes. Maybe put on like, well, I don't know. Would that even make sense for her to have like the kind of makeup Wanda Sykes had in the film? I guess you could have kind of somewhat done that, maybe. But like, I don't know. I don't know, man. But like, I'm just saying, right? Like, the fact that they put her head on that little girl's body, it just looked so dumb. I literally never understood why they did that. I didn't get it. Personally, I didn't get it. And then that whole thing of her like getting eaten by this fish, but somehow she became the fish. That, or well, her being a robot, what? That was something I also didn't really understand either. That to me just didn't really make much sense. I didn't get that. But also, she gets eaten by the fish, and then her head is now just in the body, and she is now the fish. What? And then she's like, I always wanted to be a fish. It was like, what? I have no idea what the writers were smoking when they wrote this movie. That's all I can say. I have no idea what they were smoking. I have no idea. I have no freaking idea, dude. It was definitely a wild film. It was a wild film. I think Sandy's Country Christmas was a big apology from Saving Bikini Bottom. I have no idea if it was, and quite frankly, I'm not gonna find out because literally, like, I knew they had that special, but considering that it had Sandy Cheeks' family members in it, which, look, I never really had a issue with her family members because, to be honest, I don't remember much about them, and nor do I care. But at the same time, like, excuse me, at the same time, when it came to them advertising it and you had like those characters from the movie, I was like, I'm already checked out. I'm not checking it out. I don't care. Like, I don't know if the special was good or bad. It's just, I'm not gonna watch it because of Sandy Cheeks' family is in it, because it's characters from that movie, and because of that, I'm just not interested. Oh god, they even made an appearance in the Patrick Star Show, I think. A show that I already don't care about at all. But I definitely wasn't gonna watch that because, yeah, it's, damn. There was an episode called A Fish Called Sandy. Yeah, that one was a very interesting episode. I enjoyed it. I kind of wonder, though, like, why for that episode in particular, they decided to go with like the classic art style of SpongeBob. Not fully sure why they did that. At the same time, I love that they did it. You know, it looked nice. It looked really nice. But that episode was definitely, it was, I don't know if I would even say it was a little unhinged, though. Some parts were a little kind of like, oh, like when Sandy jumps into the water and you just see her pelt just floating in there, and then she just disappears. Just like, what? And then you see it's because she shedded all her fur, and now she's almost a fish. Yeah. Oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy. I feel like people only remember the Patrick Star Show for the Nostalgia Critic parody episode. Yeah, it's possible. I've only seen, I don't think I've even seen the clip, or have I? No, I might have, but I don't even know what the episode was about. Then again, as I said before, I personally just don't care. I know that there's people who are fans of the Patrick Star Show. I'm just not one of them. I legitimately just do not care about that show. I don't. I'm sorry, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing. And I think a lot of that largely kind of contributes to the fact that I also am just not a fan of the new Patrick. Like, I'll say newer Patrick, like say in the more recent episodes, I'll say like he's improved a little bit in some ways, but I still don't like the very, very, very brain dead Patrick. There's a couple of times when they can kind of make it a little funny, right? But a lot of times it's just it's just not funny to me, you know? Maybe it's like I feel like it's a bit too try hard or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but it's again, it's not really my thing. So, yeah. I heard the episode Go Fetch was pretty well received. If you've seen it, Go Fetch. Is that a SpongeBob or a Patrick Star episode? Because that doesn't sound familiar to me. Oh, yeah. That was one I actually wanted to mention because of the episode, The Fish Called Sandy, because they changed up the animation style in that episode, and then you had the animation style in Go Fetch. That one actually was a really good episode. And I loved the visuals in that one. It was great. Like, just the amount of effort they honestly put in that one was just so good. So, yeah, I fully agree. That one was really good. I agree. The problem with the Patrick Show is it's really not much different from the regular SpongeBob episodes these days, where everything is unhinged and wacky. Yeah, I agree. There's not really much of a tonal shift when it comes to SpongeBob and the Patrick Star Show. It is kind of almost exactly the same show, you know? Or at least in some ways it kind of feels like it. Yeah, that's a really good point when you think about it, yeah. Like, at least, say what you want about Camp Coral, at the very least, they made the show feel pretty different. And even visually, too, even if the visuals were not exactly the greatest for that show, even then, it was still different. So I gotta at least give it to them on that. But yeah, it's true. Like, I think the Patrick Star Show and SpongeBob, like, just have a little bit too much, like, similarities going on when it comes to how the show feels and how wacky it is and stuff. So yeah, I do definitely agree on that one. I think the animators were having fun on the faces. They definitely are having a lot of fun with so many facial expressions that you get from SpongeBob. Like, it definitely, yeah. I don't know what else to say, but, yeah, like, some of the facial expressions are, like, just nuts nowadays, man. I mean, and granted, SpongeBob has almost always been known for crazy facial expressions throughout the show. We all know the pinhead facial expression, or freaking SpongeBob going overtime. Like, the way his face looks when he says that. So it's not exactly too new. I think, like, just the amount of times they've done it throughout all of these episodes is like, yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Who you calling Pinhead? I don't know why, but I love that line. Just especially the way that he looks. I can't do the face, obviously, but who you calling Pinhead? With the little cowboy hat and everything. It's, man, those episodes of SpongeBob are just truthfully unmatched. They are really unmatched. Like, I'm not gonna say every episode from seasons 1 through 3 are the greatest, but I'd say 95% of them are incredible. The wet painters' faces were insane. I'm trying to think of the moments where they had crazy faces in that one. Did they? No, I can't really think of, I can't think of much. I'm replaying the episode back in my head. I can't think of, like, a crazy expression from that one. Okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to. Okay, but that's... Hold on a second. There we go. That's, but yeah. Oh, look at the funny thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was Rockabye Balvey. I don't know if that's how you say it, but yeah, SpongeBob trying to calm down that Junior, as they called the clam, using a freaking puppet that looks exactly like him. Oh my goodness. Is it weird for me to say that I like the SpongeBob 1 animation style from SpongeBob the most? No, or season 1 animation. No, not at all. Not at all. Season 1's animation definitely has its charm, you know, because it was a hand-drawn animation style, whereas seasons 2 and on, I believe, went through a more, like, digital art form. Like they still draw it though, but it's not. But it's a bit more digital now, I believe. But yeah, like I don't blame you for that. Like it definitely has a lot of charm, you know. Hey, did you see any Disney Channel night live streams? Oh, hello, Mr. Jalen 2011. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I did see Disney Channel night live streams, and honestly, I wish I went. I will say I did wish that I went to Disney Channel night at Disneyland, because it looked like a lot of fun, man. But I kind of just opted not to, kind of to save some money. But yeah, I almost decided to go on Thursday, but I kind of, again, decided I wasn't going to do that. So it is what it is, but it looked like it was a lot of fun, especially considering that some of the older Disney Channel stars were actually there. Like the voice actress of Kim Possible, she was there. I don't know if Ron Stoppable was there though. I don't think so. And one of the Cheetah Girls I know was also there too. They were kind of doing like a they were doing kind of like a podcast in front of the castle. So that was definitely very cool. It would have been cool to see that. And they gave you a wand where you could do like the, hey, drawing the Mickey ears. You're watching Disney Channel. You know what I mean? Like that was very cool. So yeah, I wish I went to it, but I'm fine that I didn't, you know, like it's not the end of the world. The SpongeBob movies had crazy faces. They definitely did. Seasons 4 and 5 were pretty good too. Season 4 especially being pretty on par with seasons 1 through 3 in my opinion. Yeah, I gotta agree. Like there's definitely certain episodes from both seasons that I'm not exactly the biggest fan of, but at the same time, yes, I do agree that seasons 5 and 4 are fairly underrated seasons, you know? Like they have some gems in there. They certainly do. It's when it comes to season 6, and I'll even say with season 6, there's a couple of episodes that I honestly don't mind watching. Maybe I'll say some are kind of guilty pleasures for me in a way. But, well, nah, I don't know. But I'd say, regardless, I would say season 6 is when the quality definitely started going down. And probably season 7 is when it really got bad. But yeah, I do agree. Season 4 and 5 are definitely underrated times when it comes to SpongeBob. Because I think a lot of people just be like, I mean, I think part of it is that season 4 and 5 are definitely different from seasons 1, 2, and 3. And there's like some different character changes that they happen to do with the characters, like with SpongeBob and Patrick and even Mr. Krabs and what have you. But again, there's still a lot to like in those seasons. So yeah, I agree. Season 6 to 9A was just awful, but they did have some good episodes. Season 8 is when they improved a bit. Yeah, that's where I kind of chalk it up to as well. 6 through 9A were definitely, as we call it, the ScumBob era of SpongeBob. There's certain episodes that I would see airing on TV where I would just be like, oh my God, I freaking hate everything about this. I would hate how the characters were written, because a lot of these characters were truthfully destroyed. I don't know if I would say I hated this, but I wasn't a fan of the voice acting, right? Because there was a certain way that the actors would have to like portray their characters. And I don't know, I just didn't like the portrayal. Or sometimes, I guess. Like, the voice direction was just not good sometimes in some of these episodes. At least to me. And then sometimes it would be the animation. I didn't like some of the character designs from, like, some of the newer characters that would be coming in. And also, I just hated how some of the characters... What the heck is going on outside of my window? All these birds just flying up to the window. What the heck is going on? That's crazy. That's very distracting to me. But like, it's like they're just coming up to the window. It's like, what the heck? But yeah, sometimes the way that the characters would be drawn, right? Like a good example is the Vikings episode, right? How dare they? Yeah, how dare they? But yeah, the episode the Vikings, I really do not like that episode. And the way that SpongeBob is drawn in that episode, like, really irritates the heck out of me. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, they accentuate his cheeks so much, it just looks so weird, you know? And I just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, man. And then also the way that he talks in the episode, too. They kind of just made him sound like a baby in some ways. And the way that he was speaking, it's like, gosh, it's so freaking annoying. Let's see. Where was I at? Yeah, season 1's animation was so interesting because it's the only cell animated season. It makes it stand out from the rest of the show. Yeah, agreed. It's true. It's true. A lot of long running shows first seasons have way different animation styles than the rest. I mean, yeah, that's just kind of the natural way that these things work, because, you know, like, even though you do happen to test out like character designs and you're testing out animation, of course, when you're creating these shows and what have you, it makes sense that season 1 is going to look a certain way. But even then, during season 1, sometimes they make some incremental changes of, like, you know, in terms of like maybe the character design or how the characters are animated. And then when they get renewed for a second season, they like kind of redefine what the animation is going to look like, or what the characters are going to look like. That's just normal for any animated show. You know what I mean? Like, it almost always happens that way, where season 1 may look a little rough, and then season 2 may look more impressive and what have you. You know what I mean? So that's just normal. It is definitely SpongeBob with unnecessary gross out and even violence that felt graphic. Yeah, like, I guess one of the episodes I can think of is the Splinter. I personally don't fully mind that episode, but I can definitely see why people don't like it, because it can be kind of graphic. You see just how far the splinter goes into SpongeBob's thumb. You see Puss and the green stuff and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. Or the episode House Fancy, when Squidward like drops the couch on his toe and we see his toenail being ripped out. Yeah, they didn't really need to do that. That was just crazy, but okay, it is what it is. It's nuts. The Splinter was definitely screwed up, and Patrick made it worse. Yeah, see, those were the episodes in where I really didn't like Patrick, because not only was Patrick stupid, but he was also kind of just like a jerk sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, there was no reason for him to act that way towards SpongeBob in that episode. And then SpongeBob, like, because Patrick was doing stupid crap like sucking on his hand and chewing on it. No, it was his foot. He was like, he took his foot, sniffing it and chewing it and doing all this weird stuff. And SpongeBob's like, this isn't helping. And he's like, oh, I guess you're a real doctor. You have everything under control. It's like, is that supposed to be funny, guys? Because it's not. It's not. Like, I don't know. I could go on a tangent with these episodes. I don't want to, but I just never really, like, freaking understood it. I never got it. I just did not. Yeah, I don't know. What about other SpongeBob episodes, and which is your worst ones? Definitely One Course Meal. I hate that episode because of how mean-spirited Mr. Krabs is, right? I get Mr. Krabs doesn't like plankton, but torturing him with the whale, with his daughter Pearl, and driving him to a point where he kind of wants to end it. And Mr. Krabs kind of just laughs at it. It's like, yeah, that's not funny. And it makes Mr. Krabs incredibly unlikable. I don't like it at all. It's a terrible episode. And another episode that I really hate is A Pal for Gary, because SpongeBob is so stupid that even when that cute little pet turns into this giant freaking monster and literally has Gary kind of held in its jaws, essentially, or whatever else you'd call that stuff, SpongeBob still is like, Gary, put him down. And it's like, it's like, I don't know if they thought that was funny, that SpongeBob thought that Gary was the one putting the other pet in peril, even though the pet was literally going to kill him. It was just really bad. Those are episodes that I legitimately just avoid. I do not like those episodes whatsoever. It's terrible. A Pal for Gary is my least favorite episode. As a kid, I always get so heated by SpongeBob's stupidity. Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. It's so bad. There wasn't anything redeemable at all about Choir Boys. Yeah, yeah. Choir Boys is another episode that I'm not exactly the biggest fan of either, because SpongeBob is not only constantly bothering Squidward and kind of, just messing with him, but I was not a fan of the fact that, like, SpongeBob at the end is like, oh, I have this angelic voice and I'm the one that's going to be taking over the choir and I'm leading it and I'm this and yada, yada, yada. It didn't really feel earned to me, especially considering he was just so annoying. I think it would have been one thing, right? It would have been one thing if it was just Squidward happens to go and audition and you hear that he's not that good of a singer, right? And then SpongeBob decides to audition afterwards, and then he's like, oh, he's good. And then maybe Squidward tries to sabotage SpongeBob or something. I think that would have been better. I don't know. But yeah, that episode's like, it's not, I can't say the episode's terrible, but it's not one of my favorites at all either. It's not really great. Choir Boys was just a pointless Squidward torment episode. Another episode, I'm kind of surprised, has anybody mentioned this? No, I'm kind of surprised no one's mentioned this episode. Another one comes to mind with the Squidward torment episode. Boating Buddies. Anyone in the chat remember Boating Buddies? That is an annoying episode. Because everything, of course, is SpongeBob's fault. Because SpongeBob constantly is just bothering Squidward. And it caused Squidward to run the stop sign. And then he gets stuck with SpongeBob going to boating school. And then even when he's trying to take the driving test, he has to be with SpongeBob. He gets injured, right? And then also, even when, like, SpongeBob's like, oh, I've taken this test, I can help you. And Squidward, rightfully so, is like, I don't need your help, and I never want help from you ever again. Please leave me alone, blah, 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 right? And then Squidward, obviously, he can't freaking write because his entire body is in a cast. And, like, when it came to, like, him asking SpongeBob for help, SpongeBob is like, but you said you didn't need my help and that you didn't need me. It's like, are you guys trying to make us feel sorry for SpongeBob? And to be like, well, that's what Squidward did say. He didn't need his help, so SpongeBob's right. It's like, no. SpongeBob caused all of this. And then at the end of the episode, he couldn't even do the test because he literally... And that's another thing. Mrs. Puff, you see he can't write. You see he literally has no ability to write. He's not even able to do the test. He couldn't fill it out. And you're just like, well, you're going to have to take it again next week. It's like, what? It's, the These episodes are bad, man. It's so freaking bad. Like, I swear to God. Oh, man. Yeah, I have to agree, especially how bad SpongeBob was on that episode. Yeah, SpongeBob, I think that was one of the first episodes where, like, I realized, yeah, these season 6 episodes are not good. And I'm noticing, like, the change with SpongeBob, because that was when I was really, really, really annoyed with SpongeBob. Like, good Lord. SpongeBob was a creep on Boating Buddies. Yeah, he definitely was. Oh my God, I hated it. I used to have a friend in the 3rd grade that would always call me Boating Buddy. I found it funny and didn't mind it. Aside from that, the episode itself is really terrible. That's interesting. They would call you a Boating Buddy. How interesting, yeah. A snail that reviews things has manifested into reality. I am late. I am so late, but yeah, he's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A snail that reviews things. We were just talking about the terrible episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants, because that's what our conversation has devolved into right now. Yeah, the writing team at that team understood why stuff like Club SpongeBob worked with the Squidward Torment formula. Was that a reply of something else? Maybe not. But yeah, you are correct, because I feel like the episodes from seasons 1 through 3, right? When it came to an episode where Squidward got his comeuppance, right? As I say, they were usually deserved, right? Now, granted, I don't know if I could say they were deserved, but also it wasn't like, oh, we're just doing this right to spite Squidward or anything, right? Like Club SpongeBob was definitely not an episode out of spite of Squidward. Squidward just didn't want to join the club, but he caused them to go into this like jungle, and you know, rightfully so, when he sees that they praise the magic conch, which he sees as a toy, he's like, what the heck is going on? Like, what are you guys doing? And so he didn't believe it, and he's trying to set up his own camp and whatever, and then the magic conch brings them all his food, and it's like and he's like, oh no, now I gotta believe in the magic conch. Can I have some food, please, please, please? You know what I mean? It wasn't really a torture episode, you know? So it's like, yeah, I don't know if I really described it all that well though, but still, like, it's, what's another episode? Actually, I don't think this is technically a Squidward torture episode, but, is it called Nautical Neighbors? Is it called Nautical Neighbors? It's the episode where, let me actually, hold on. Let me see if that is the episode name. No, I don't think that is what it's called. It's the episode, actually, hold on, Naughty Nautical Neighbors. Now, okay, so I was right. Unless, just double checking. Yeah. So I was still kind of right. Naughty Nautical Neighbors. There we go. Yeah. In that episode, Squidward kind of did deserve some of the things that he got in a way, because he caused it, right? He decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to mess around with their little game, and I'm going to create my own bubbles to make it seem as though they're insulting each other. And I'm going to make them turn against each other. That's what Squidward did. And yeah, he kind of deserved a lot of stuff that he got at the end. The annoyance between SpongeBob and Patrick both wanting to be his friends separately. I don't know if I could say his house being destroyed was deserved, but that's just something that happened. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's I don't know what else to say though, but like, it was kind of a situation where Squidward caused this by himself, you know? Another example that Brandon's bringing up, Fools in April is a good example of Squidward receiving consequences of his actions without making it a torment episode that felt too much. Agreed. Because Squidward decided to go way too far on his prank. It's kind of the equivalent of pranks that you see on YouTube nowadays, in a way, right? And Squidward obviously realized that what he did, was wrong. Because he went too far. And so he had to try to do as much as he could to apologize to SpongeBob and to try to make things right. And yeah, it was a good thing that he tried, But yeah, it wasn't like devolving into, oh, let's torture him for no reason and that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna have to, gonna have to get that out. I don't know what's going on, but let's just stop that. Let's just stop that. But at least he apologized. That's right, he did apologize. Yeah, but at least he apologized. Yeah. I mean, because he legitimate. It was the thing with him. I think what was more, I don't know if I can even say it was torture, but it was the guilt, right? That was, it was the guilt that was eating up at him. You know what I mean? That's why that was essentially why he apologized. And also just everybody kind of just realizing, you definitely screwed up, buddy. Okay. Like you were in the wrong here. You thought you were in the right. No, you were in the wrong. So, yeah. Even as a kid, I wanted to jump Squidward after he pulled that. Oh, that's funny. That's hilarious. Blue the Saber-Tooth Rat, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Honestly, with the Squidward episodes, it's still an issue that they kind of deal with today, where there's a lot of times in the newer episodes where he just gets tortured for the sake of it. I know this one isn't too recent, but I think it's called Black Ink Lemonade or Ink Lemonade or whatever. I do not like that episode. Oh my God, Squidward did not deserve any of that. And I don't like when you have these moments when you have these characters or you have Squidward just being, just living regularly, just minding his own business, and then he's thrown into crazy crap. I do not like that at all. It's bad. It's really freaking bad. Like, sometimes they write episodes pretty well, but other times they don't, and it's a whole thing. Ooh, All That Glitters is an unwatchable episode which has too much insensitive crap. Yeah, that episode is just weird to me. It's very freaking weird to me. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it's a bad episode per se, but it's really weird. You got half of the episode of SpongeBob where he's naked, and and the freaking spatula is talking. Well, no, that's a different spatula. What I meant to say was that the spatula is like in a wheelchair at the end of the episode, and he turns around and he's like, "No, I don't want to speak with you." It's just weird to me. I don't hate it. It's just a very bizarre episode. At least to me it is. And yeah, the amount of crying is also annoying to me too. Yeah. Some Squidward episodes where Squidward acts like a jerk is usually portrayed horribly. Like when he read SpongeBob's diary or in the Splinter where there is zero motivation in his actions. I mean, with the Splinter, I can understand because, like, he just wants to spook, SpongeBob. Of course, that's just, I can see that. But yeah, I think it was called Little Yellow Book or something. I do not like that episode at all. Oh God, I hate that episode. That's another episode that is regarded as one of my worst episodes, or one of the worst episodes in the SpongeBob era. Because it's just gross. You know what I mean? Especially considering that there was obviously a way in which SpongeBob could have prevented Squidward from reading his diary. But also, it's just a, excuse my language, it's a dick move for Squidward to just, like, read it to everybody. And obviously, everybody realizes that he's reading somebody else's diary and he's, like, getting in trouble and yada, yada, yada. And he just doesn't learn his lesson whatsoever. And SpongeBob, being an idiot, is like, hey, this is my real diary, and then gives it to Squidward, essentially. Then Squidward takes it, reads it, and he cries and runs away. It's, like, stupid. I hate that episode. Good Lord, I hate that episode. Yeah, Little Yellow Book was just painful. Oh, it definitely was. And, oh, great. We were doing so well, and now frames have dropped. Oh my God. It's gotta, this is annoying. Like, it just dropped again. Amazing. Why does it keep, like, we were doing so well. And like, what, it's the internet just weak or something? I literally restarted the router earlier because I didn't want this to happen. I don't know, this is just gonna be a normal thing in the stream or what? I have no idea, but this is just irritating. Yeah, I literally don't even know what's causing it. I'll continue for a little bit. Why not? I mean, I know Squidward hates SpongeBob and all, but that was messed up even for him. If you're talking about the Little Yellow Book, yeah, definitely. Again, like that one, there's nothing really justifiable about that episode, really. There's nothing justifiable about that one. I don't know what else to say, but there's definitely nothing justifiable about that episode. Good Neighbors was kind of just overhated. It's also, it's in a it's so bad it's good kind of way. Yeah, Good Neighbors, I never really had an issue with that episode. I mean, yeah, SpongeBob and Patrick were kind of pestering Squidward over and over again and took away his I'll get to that in a second, but took away his availability to, like, relax and all. So I definitely get, like, how annoying that can be. But, like, I don't know. I don't find that to be a bad episode. I get why certain people don't like it. Trust me, I understand that. But, like, at the same time, it's definitely not a terrible episode by any means. Like, I find some enjoyment out of it as well. There's some funny moments, especially because Anatoonmation brought it up. Get out of my house! Oh my God, that's another crazy face. That is definitely another crazy face, man. That one's good. Oh goodness. And also just the crash out that Squidward had when he's just like, just so angry at SpongeBob and Patrick. You call yourself good neighbors? You are the worst neighbors ever. You like the giant freaking the giant like breath that he has to take in just to finish that is crazy. Oh my goodness. Squidward crashing out kind of made up that episode for, yeah, because again, it's well deserved. It is well deserved. You know what I mean? Like, because yeah, like, granted, you can say that SpongeBob and Patrick were not intentionally trying to mess up Squidward's day, right? They just can't leave him alone. That's like the biggest issue with SpongeBob and Patrick, is that they can't leave him alone. But you can't blame, like, they caused him to go to the hospital because people thought that he was sick. And then when he got back to the house, he was looking forward to his pedicure, and they ended up, like, taking up his pedicure time. He literally couldn't do any of that at that point, right? And so, yeah, it just makes sense that he eventually was like, yeah, I'm done with you guys. And you guys keep saying you guys are saying that you're good neighbors. That's your freaking club or something, but you guys are terrible neighbors. You know what I mean? So it just makes sense that, like, Squidward is like, nah, forget this. I'm done. I'm not dealing with that anymore with you guys. Like, you guys are ridiculous. You guys are lying. You're this, blah, 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 blah. It's a whole thing. So, yeah, it just makes sense that he would get so angry, and be like, yeah, guys, this is not, you're not good neighbors. Okay? I should have told you this much earlier on, but I didn't. But you guys are not good neighbors. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. The problem with the episode is how incredibly stupid SpongeBob and Patrick are. So stupid they don't know an off button. Well, they just, it seemed like they didn't know where the off button was. It wasn't necessarily they don't know what an off button is, but they just didn't necessarily see it. Why? I don't know. It seemed like it was in an obvious position, but that's SpongeBob and Squidward for you. I mean, and Patrick for you, I guess. Yeah, Squidward making SpongeBob and Patrick walk out of the house was an amazing meme. Seeing the memes on YouTube were hilarious. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Scent of Money is my guilty pleasure episode. Is that the episode where Mr. Krabs keeps trying to get SpongeBob's penny? Is that the one? I think it is. The Scent of Money. No. That's a different one. The Scent of Money is the one where, yeah, that's Penny Foolish. That's right. Yeah, The Scent of Money is the episode where he basically ate a magnet. And, excuse me. Gary ate a magnet and he's, like, attracting all of these coins. And, that's why, yeah, I don't know why frames keep dropping. Like, the bar will be green for a bit, then it goes red for a little bit, and then I don't know what's causing it. Like, we were doing well for a while, and now it's just messing up. That's annoying. Yeah, you know, if it keeps going like this, if it does it like another more times or something, I might just have to end the stream. And yeah, because I literally have no idea what the heck is causing it, especially considering we weren't having these issues before when we were doing the stream. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but that's annoying. But yeah, I'll continue on for a little bit, and if it drops frames, then we're just gonna have to end the stream. We were doing so well too, that just sucks. Yeah, like, I literally don't know what's causing this, and I might have to just wait a while to do another stream, because, you know, if the lag, because the fact that I was hoping it wouldn't lag in this one, so I don't know what the heck's going on. Because, like, even when I was doing, it might have to be the computer or something. I don't know. Because, like, even when I was doing, like, an audition, and I had, like, an acting coach with me, like, a couple of days ago, and I was on Zoom, there was a couple of times when, like, it would say, your connection is not stable. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe I need to get a new router. Like, I think we have to replace our internet routers, like, every... But the issue is only upstairs. I don't know what the heck it is. I don't know. Yeah. So we'll see. Try turning off the Wi-Fi of your phone. That, yeah, I can see if that. Yeah, well, we'll see if that improves anything. Okay. You know what? Actually, let me be right back. Because I do want to give me some more water. That's if we're gonna continue anymore. There's like no drop in frames. So I'll be right back. Might as well need an upgrade on your internet. Probably. I don't know. I don't know if it's the internet though. That's the thing. But it might be time. I don't know if it's like every 2 years, every 3 years that you got to update your internet router or something. I have no idea, but it might be time. It might be time to just get another one. But yeah, I'll be right back very quickly. I'm gonna give me some more water. And again, if the frames drop, let me know in the chat if it drops while I'm gone. But yeah, I'll be right back just so I can get some more water. So stay tuned. Never mind. It just did it. It just dropped. Yeah, it just dropped again. Okay. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to end the stream, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't want to continue doing the stream and it just like keeps dropping. I don't know what's causing it. I think I'm gonna have to just do way more tests on the stream or something. So yeah, so I think we're just gonna have to end it right there. Apologize for that. We've been live for, how long were we live for? About an hour or something, I think. About roughly an hour. Yeah, about a little over an hour. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, I apologize for that, guys. Hopefully, I don't know when I'm gonna do another live stream, to be honest, because if this is gonna be a issue I'm dealing with for the foreseeable future, then these live streams are not gonna be as enjoyable. So yeah, yeah, I'll just let you know when another live stream happens. It most likely will not be next week. So yeah, I don't know. But thank you guys so much for joining in regardless. Hope to see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And a good rest of the week well, next week. Hopefully you guys have a good next week. So yeah, so it might have to be time to get your computer checked out or get a new one flat out. You don't understand how expensive computers are. I would love to get me a new computer. I just got this one. I don't know if it's even the computer, but I don't know, because again, I don't have these internet issues when I'm like downstairs, and I don't think I can have a setup where I can do a stream downstairs. That's the other thing too. I mean, maybe that's something I can try and see if that makes things any better. Yeah, I may have to think about that. We'll see. But either way, I'll see you guys next time. Anna Animation, Robert Colbert, Nathan Subtlefield, Riquet's Art. I think that's how you say it, but I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue Sabertooth Rat. Brandon Alexander. Michael McJunkin. I think that is everyone. Yeah, I believe that's everyone. So yep, I'll see you guys next time. I should probably just do a video for you guys next week. So you know, I don't know. But yeah, but see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for joining in on the stream. Apologize for the Reek's art. Okay, Reek Arts. I see. Got it. Yeah, apologize for the abrupt cut, but we gotta end it here. So, see you guys next time. You're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. Peace out. Take care, everybody. Wait, what did you say? Bye-bye, Josh? What? Robert, hold on. Hold it. What were you gonna say, Robert? What were you gonna say? What was that? Bye-bye, Pooh. What? Were you gonna call me Pooh Bear or something? What? That was weird. Okay, but anyway, again, see you guys. Take care. ... nothing. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I can believe that now. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Okay, so you were gonna call me okay, now I gotta get on back on. You were gonna call me Pookie? I gotta send that to Alex. I don't even know if he still sees the... I gotta send that. I don't even know if he's still in the stream, but I had to send that to him. You were gonna call me Pookie again. Oh my... You are so unhinged sometimes, dude. Like... Yes, I remember that, and Alex did see it. Jeez. I'm trying to end the stream, and you're doing this. Oh my god. Freaking crazy, man. I hope you remembered when I first called you. Yeah, I remember that. Trust me, I definitely remember that. But yeah, but stream's over. Stream is over. It's done. It's done. Okay? It's done. I'm out. Audi 5000 for the third time. I will see you guys next time. Take care. Okay, I'm done for real. Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. Oh my god.